News from the Pentagon today that more U.S. troops are being sent to the Middle East as American citizens in Lebanon are being told to get out. Tensions in the region are now boiling as Israel steps up its military campaign against the terror group Hezbollah. Officials in Lebanon say Israeli strikes killed nearly 500 people today, including nearly 36 children, and left more than 1,600 wounded. It is the deadliest day of fighting between Israel and Hezbollah since 2006. President Biden, on the eve of his address to the United Nations General Assembly, says his administration is working to de-escalate the crisis. We are covering this story from all angles at home and abroad, beginning with CBS's Chris Livesay in Tel Aviv. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Nora. Israel is vowing to continue those strikes in the near term. After a week of crippling blows to Hezbollah, its second in command says it's now a battle with no limits.
Missile after missile. More than 1,300 strikes slamming into southern Lebanon. This terrified family watched the bombardment hit their town. Calm down, mother, and pray, a man says. The Lebanese health ministry says dozens of women and children are among the victims, but each target, Israel claims, was a location used for storing Hezbollah weapons, including cruise missiles. According to the Israel Defense Forces, these videos appear to capture secondary explosions after the initial airstrikes, as those weapons detonate. Israel's government is warning civilians to flee from buildings used by the U.S. designated terror group.
It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens.
By the many thousands, Lebanese motorists clogged the highways to escape. Hezbollah exchanged fire of its own, albeit a fraction of the Israeli onslaught. There were no reports of Israeli deaths. Some rockets struck around the northern Israeli city of Haifa, where we visited a hospital. To evade a missile strike, doctors and nurses are now working out of the underground parking garage.
It's more than 200,000 square feet.
Correct.
Dr. Avi Weissman says they've been prepping for years.
But we always kind of hope that we'll never use it.
We're in a bunker with many, many more beds. What does that say about the war?
We need to be prepared for the worst case scenario.
Israel's Army Chief of Staff says it's targeting combat infrastructure that Hezbollah has been building for the past 20 years and preparing for the next phases. But the big question is, those next phases will include a ground invasion. Nora?
There are many questions tonight. Chris Livesay, thank you very much.
That same night, while Gaza is relentlessly being erased, they took a boat with the first families, ready to occupy the land of those who are being killed and starved to death.
המטרה של גרעיני ההתיישבות להתקרב ככל האפשר לעזה, לראות את עזה כולה ולהבין שמעתה והלאה עזה תהיה כולה יהודית. בעזרת השם, עם ישראל ינצח ונזכה לבנות ולראות בשוב השם לציון ובשוב עם ישראל לחבל עזה.
Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Shalom. First or foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Akakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who taught me his truth. Peace and sincerity unto the elect. Shalom. I'm back at you, another lesson, Lord, going straight to the point and edifying. And I completely hate these devils, all right? And When I mean these devils, I'm speaking about these small hats, all right? The head tribe of Esau, Edom, all right? The wicked of the earth, all right? And they're not going to stop, okay? They're not going to stop. You know, thus said the scriptures, they're not going to stop until they get the answer that they want, okay? And these small hats, they're completely wicked, okay? We know that they're just trying to cull off, okay, the population over there, okay, because they're trying to, you know, spread, all right? They're trying to spread out, okay? They're trying to conquer lands, okay? Let me grab the scripture real quick, all right? Because this is the wicked, man, okay? And they're destroying, okay, men, women, and children, man. They're deleting children and women, all right? Just like the report said, you see, it was majority of women and children that got deleted, man. Okay? There's something called the Greater Israel Project, okay? Where these devils are basically gonna wage war and cull off, all right, the people out of the land, out of their quote unquote land, man. Okay? To conquer the whole area, which is gonna bring more, all right, conflict. Okay? These devils are continuously pressing forward into other countries, man. All right? And these Ishmaelite nations, all right, they're not gonna stand for it, man. Okay? It's gonna be only a matter of time before they get what they're asking for, man. Okay? And that place, mini Babylon, all right, is gonna get completely destroyed, man, decimated, man. Right along with his the big brother over here in America, man, is gonna be completely decimated. Okay? Thus saith the scriptures. All right. Micah 2:1, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." Okay? And the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, Esau, Edom, via a blessing given unto him by Isaac. All right? Where he's going to go throughout the earth and rule by the sword. Okay? Let me grab this before I go back there real quick. Okay? Revelation 6:4, it says, "And there went out another horse that was red, signifying Esau, Edom." All right? It says, "And power was given to him." You see? That sword was given to him. This blessing was given to him. All right? Via the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. All right? Through his son. Literally. Through Isaac. You know, if you could receive it. All right? He gave him this blessing. All right? It says, Revelation 6:4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." And this is what this devil has done. All right? He has made the earth a wilderness, man. Okay? All this devil does is wage wars, all right? Destroy economies, destroy nations, destroy peoples. All right? This is all he has done. All right? Went throughout the earth and deceived with, you know, with his pseudoscience, his witchcraft. Okay? It says, "And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." And this great sword is what he uses to go throughout the earth. All right? To conquer, to pillage, to rape, to destroy, to take the resources. All right? To force his mindset and his ways upon the people. Okay? Let me go back over here to Micah. So let me keep going. Micah 2:2, it says, "And they covet fields, and they take them by violence." And this is what they're doing. This is what they have always done. All right? When this devil came over here and met the northern kingdom, okay, through the doctrine of discovery, you see, he went throughout the earth completely destroying, but he came here to Babylon, all right? Christopher Columbus, that devil, all right? And they basically called off, okay, at least probably 90-something%, 95% of the northern kingdom, man. All right? Killed hundreds of millions of northerners, man. All right? This is what this devil does. And it took the land, okay, and it says it's his, man. Okay? Complete wickedness. But this is what they're doing over there in the Middle East as well. Okay? This is why you're seeing all these wars pop off through the planet. Even the situation going on with Russia and Ukraine. These devils are trying to push themselves, to grab more land for the resources, man. All right, in Ukraine, that's what's causing the war that we see right now in Russia. All right, they're trying to push up on Russia. You see, as well as with China. Okay, these devils are gonna get what they're asking for, man. Okay, this place is gonna get completely decimated. All right, so let me just finish this out here. Micah 2:2 says, and they covet fields, and they take them by violence in houses, and take them away. This is what they do. Okay, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And this is what you've seen that these small hats do. All right, they're oppressing those Palestinians out there, man. All right, and deeming it and disguising it basically as, they're fighting terrorists. They're the freaking terrorists, man. Babylon is the biggest terrorist organization on the face of the earth, man. All right, them small hats in Babylon, man. All right, they're the ones that go throughout the earth with the economic hitmen. All right, that overthrow and topple governments. Okay, use their military to have people come under to force central banks that are ran by the elites in these people's countries to completely destroy them. All right, to bring their corporations out there, rob the resources, and the people of the land can't, access those resources. They gotta buy it and work for it, and all types of madness, man. All right, that's why this place in East. This is why this place, Babylon the Great America, in Esau. All right, the destruction that's gonna come from all of this wickedness, all right, is gonna be amazing, man. Okay, this devil needs to be taken out of power. Okay, the earth will not see peace with this man running the earth, man. All right. Next verse, Micah 2:3 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, behold, against this family, you see, do I devise an evil from which they shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. You see, it says, in that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. You see that? And this is even when the queen died, that devil, all right, that witch, when she died, you had these nations coming up against her, talking about they want their artifacts back, they want their gold and all the stuff that they stole from these countries back, man. You see? Because this is the wicked. It says, he hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it far from me? So like how if he removed it from me, turning away, he had divided our fields. And this is what they do, man. Set up their corporations, rob the resources of the land, all right? And then make you have to pay for it. You have to pay for the own resources that your country, produces. They come over there with their military, like Elder Malcolm always say, they come with that democracy, grenade. All right, they come with that democracy, okay, that quote unquote freedom, and then literally imprison you in your own land, okay, cut you off from your resources, man. And this is what these small hats are trying to do in that over there in the to them Palestinians, man. They found a big oil reservoir, all right, in the ocean. Okay, and this is what they want, as well as the land. See, it all goes back to power and control with these devils, man. Okay, so let me read this article. I got a few articles here. I got a lot of articles because it's a lot to catch up on. All right, it's a lot been going on. A lot has been going on. All right, so it's a lot to kind of go into, but I'm gonna, to the best of my ability. Okay, I'm gonna try to get everything done. All right. But we know, let me just grab this last scripture, okay, and then we gonna get down. All right, Jeremiah 49:20, it says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, that he had purposed against Edom and his purposes, and that he purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. All right. And these small hats are going to bring Babylon into the war. All right. They're going to bring Babylon into the war because they're going to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing until these Ishmaelite nations, they're going to all come together, man. Turkey, okay? Saudi Arabia just said the other day that they're not going to recognize Israel as a state without Palestine. Okay? So these Ishmaelite nations, they're going to link up together, man. And they're going to come down upon the small hats. Okay? Which is then going to force America to have to join the war, which is then going to bring Russia into the war. Okay? And all hell is going to break loose, just like we read in Revelation 11 and 14. All right? It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III is coming fast, man. Okay? Which makes you know that MOTB is at the door. Jacob's trouble is at the door. Okay? So let me get into these articles, man. All right? So it says Israeli airstrikes killed 492 people in Lebanon. It says at least 492 people have been killed in intense and wide-ranging Israel airstrikes targeting Hezbollah in Lebanon. The country's health ministry says in the deadliest day of the conflict, there is almost 20 years. It says thousands of families have also fled their homes. See that? As the Israeli military said, it hit 1,600 Hezbollah targets in an operation to destroy infrastructure that the armed group have built up since the 2006 war. All right? And all these devils have to do is say Hezbollah's over there. The enemy's over there. They're over there. Okay? And watch, they're going to keep pushing until they go to Iran. All right? Because that's where they want to go. This is where all of it is going. All right? They want to push to Iran. Okay? They eventually want to get to Iran, man. Okay? Because that's the head of the snake, so to speak. Okay? And that's going to cause all hell to break loose, man. Okay? They've deleted numerous of these high leaders and these high generals and these people that are high positions in that region. Okay? In Hezbollah, in what's the other one? I forgot the other one right now. But in Iran, all these type of things, they're constantly pushing buttons, man, because they want a reaction. Okay? And they're gonna get the reaction that they want, but they ain't gonna like it. Okay? It says Hezbollah meanwhile launched more than 200 rockets into northern Israel, according to the military. Paramedics said 2 people were injured by shrapnel. It says world powers have been urging restraint as both sides appear to be spiraling closer towards all-out war. And this is where it's going to go. All right? This is where it's going to go. All-out war, because these devils are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. All right? They're not going to stop, man. Okay? Let me grab this again. Revelation 6 and 4 says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And this devil is going to keep using that sword until the Lord takes that sword from him. Okay? Let me see this. Psalms 140:1, it says, deliver me, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Awashai, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. And this is speaking of Esau, Edom. This is a violent man. All right? This is a violent man. You see? This is all he knows how to do is violence, man. Okay? So let me get out of this real quick. Grab this. It says Israel's war on 5 fronts. They're on a war of 5 fronts, man. All right? It says how Ish state faces all-out conflict against the Middle Eastern enemies after killing hundreds in latest Hezbollah strike, as Lebanon accuses it of carrying out. You see the word? You see the word? Because that's what it is, man. That's literally what it is. They're literally just pointing and saying, okay, the terrorists are over there now. The quote-unquote terrorists, the enemy's over there now. Oh, no, they're not over there no more. Now they're over there. This is basically what they're doing. Okay? Pushing these people out of their land. All right? This is an occupation. Okay? And it's only going to be a matter of time before all hell breaks loose. Because people are getting tired of these small hats, man. All right, let me grab this. They're getting tired of the small hats, man. I'm tired of them. All right. You know, Obadiah 1:1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, it says, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Because everybody knows who the main player is behind the scenes, man. All right. Babylon the Great America. Okay. America has its hands in multiple different conflicts. They're behind everything that's happening right now on the planet. They're behind it. All right. And these small hats, all right, that they head the charge. All right. Because they know they have Babylon in their back pocket. Okay. This is why they're so bold in how they're moving throughout the Middle East, man. All right. This is why they're so, trigger happy, so to speak, because they understand that Babylon is going to come in their defense if anything goes wrong. Okay. These devils have a death wish, man. All right. Next verse, Obadiah 1:2 says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Okay. And these small hats and these Edomites are greatly despised, man. Especially the Edomites on the west. Okay. These people, they're completely wicked, man. And people are realizing it, man. This is what's going to end up having these nations turn on this place, man, and completely destroy this place. All right. The earth is seeing who the problem is. The earth is seeing who the cancer is of the earth. Okay. Next verse, Obadiah 1:3 says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. See, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This is the mindset of the Edomite. All right. This is why they boasting in a power and a might. This is why he's going throughout the earth the way he is. All right. He think he got it. Like the brother was saying yesterday. They think that the Lord is with him all the way, man. They think that the Lord is with them. They don't understand that the Lord is setting them up for a snare. The Lord got him in the trick bag, man. All right. The Lord has allowed him, all right, on the left hand through Satan, all right, to be able to do these things, all right, for the sake of prophecy. Just like the brothers was getting into yesterday, all right. The Lord has raised up Pharaoh. You see? And Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. Because the Lord wants to flex on this devil, man. He wants to give him all this power, all this might, so he can flex on him and crush him. You see? But his pride is deceiving him, man. He think he got it. He think he good. All right? But the Lord is gonna put him in those slippery places, man. The Lord gonna put him in straits. You see? In the fullness of his sufficiency, man. You see? Next verse, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. And these devils are going to lose. They think they're going to win. They're going to lose. All right? Because they want to basically cull off a majority of the planet, man. Okay? Just like the brother, the elder Arnaud was saying yesterday, they think they're going to rise from the ashes like the phoenix, man. That's what they think they're going to do. They think they're going to cause all this chaos and this madness to go forth. They're going to run into the bunkers when all hell breaks loose, and they're going to come out of it at the end and then control the planet. You devils is wicked. All right? Y'all out of y'all minds. All right? So we're going to read a little bit of this. Okay? Let me read this one more time. It says Israel's war on 5 fronts. They're on 5 different fronts at war, man. This small little... piece of land is fighting all of these nations around it. All right. They are the problem. They've been the problem since they got into the land. All right. They are the problem with the earth. Okay. There will be no peace with these devils in existence, man. All right. This is why the Lord's going to have to take you out. You're a cancer. Okay, it says Israel's war on 5 fronts, how the Ish state faces all-out conflict against its Middle East enemies after deleting hundreds in latest Hezbollah strike in Lebanon It says accusing it of carrying out a culling, because that's what it is, man. All right, and it's only a matter of time before these Ishmaelite nations, they don't hold back. They're not gonna hold back after a while, because you're basically deleting their people, man. Okay, you're deleting their people. If this was the other way around, they would have the world. The world would stop. Okay, but they're constantly allowing these devils to do this, man. All right, they're giving them aid, they're giving them weapons. All right, they're sending troops out there. Okay, and we ain't gonna get into this. All right, you see what's going on. Let me grab this. Let me grab this before I grab that one. Okay, they sending troops out there, man. Okay, it says breaking news: the U.S. Army 101st Airborne Division deployed to Middle East in support of Israel. Okay, the least of the flock. Grab it again. Okay, the least of the flock is gonna draw them out, man. Jeremiah 49:20 says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, that he hath against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. All right. They're going to draw America into the war, man. Okay. America is in the back pocket of these small hats, man. They run Babylon, man. Okay. They run Babylon. Okay. They're going to draw America into this war, man. Okay, because they're not going to stop. Let me read a little bit. It says the U.S. Army 101st Airborne Division storms into the Middle East, joining Israel's fight against Hezbollah. It says this bold military move escalates the war and sends a clear message to America's enemies. The U.S. is ready for battle. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It ain't ready for what's about to come. You see the average Babylonian, man. All right, they're completely finished. I just saw something the other day. I believe it was yesterday or the day before that. They're talking about they're allowing people. I don't know if it was one of the brothers, but they're allowing people that got the HIV, okay, to enter into the military now. They dropping the standard completely low because nobody's meeting the criteria, man. All right, they have destroyed the people so bad to the point where people are incompetent. All right, and they're just completely destroyed. Okay. And they're not a good match for the military, in other words, okay? I just saw a damn video. You had this little platoon of these Gen Xers or whatever the hell you want to call them, all right? Through, all right? This is through, okay? This place is finished. Nobody has the morale to join the military. Nobody has the morale to fight for this country. People are realizing this country is wicked and their leaders are completely wicked and have sold them out. People are more prepared for civil war against the government. People are more prepared for sedition, man. These Babylonians is ready to fight the government. They're not ready to fight no war because they don't care about that, because they understand, all right, that these are just the bankers, man. These are the elites' wars, man. All right. The average everyday citizen is just a pawn in their game, and they understand that. Okay. So it says the U.S. has escalated its military involvement in the Middle East. It says the 101st Airborne Division, one of the most revered and battle-hardened units in the U.S. Army, has touched down in the region. It says this deployment comes as tensions between Israel and Hezbollah intensify, signaling that the conflict is entering a new dangerous phase, which is going to keep on escalating because they're not going to stop. Okay? They're not going to stop. And eventually you're going to hear somewhere down the line, okay, that they're going to have to go straight for Iran or something. Okay? And all hell is going to break loose because Russia's going to get involved. Just like Ezekiel 38 tells you. All right? Russia's going to be a guard unto these weaker nations. All right? It says 4 massive C-17 cargo planes carrying military personnel and equipment have already landed in Cyprus. It says while one has reached a critical Negev base in Israel. It says more forces are en route, hinting at a larger and more aggressive U.S. military presence in the coming days. It says this unprecedented support highlights the severity of the situation and the commitment of the United States to stand by its ally Israel, and it's going to get you destroyed. All right? They're going to get this place completely annihilated, man. Okay? We're in the midst of World War III, man. Okay? All hell breaking loose. Okay? Let me read this. Habakkuk, I'm going to read it 2 and 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet his devil, his spirit is not right. Like the scriptures tell you, you can't make something that was meant to be crooked straight. All right? And the spirit that the Lord put in Esau, Edom, is completely crooked, man, and wicked. All right? He is the wicked. All right? But the just is going to live by his faith. Right? The elect. See? Next verse, it says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man. Speaking of Esau, even the so-called white man. All right? It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. You see that? No matter where this devil goes, is nothing but hell and death. And this is what he's doing. He's enlarging his desires as hell, man. All right? He brings a hellish conditions upon the people. You see what he's doing out there in the Middle East? All right? And his desire is to heap all people unto himself. His desire is this NWO. Okay? And this man is about to come down upon all the people, the earth, with great wrath, man. Okay? So it says, who enlargeth his desire is hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, you see? But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And this is what this devil is trying to do. All right? Next verse, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him? See? And a taunting proverb against him? Right? You got people all over the internet calling out these devil's atrocities, how wicked they are, and the true wickedness behind a lot of things that we, think was, some terrorist or some other person or some other country. It was really these small hats behind the scene, man. All right? Their hands is in everything. It says, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. You see that? How long? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay. You see that debt. You see? This devil done robbed and pillaged the entire earth. Okay? He has robbed the entire earth and pillaged the entire earth. You see? It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. You see? It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations. This is how you know who he's talking about, man. All right? This is how you know who he's talking about. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations. And it says, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. It says, because of men's blood and for violence and for the violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. Let me grab this scripture if I have it up here real quick. Okay? Because these devils is wicked, man. Yep. Isaiah 33:1, it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled. See? It says, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. Because this devil went throughout the entire planet, just completely pillaging, raping, robbing. All right? Setting up the democracies in people country. All right? Putting his philosophies, his pseudoscience. All right? His Mo agenda, all that madness he pushed upon the people, destroying the women, the children, the men. Okay? Destroying their way of living, destroying their natural customs. Okay? Having women want to boast up against their men. You see? Completely destroying people's countries, man. All right? It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, you see? Thou shalt be spoiled. Okay? And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's what's going to happen to this devil, man. All right? That's what's going to happen to this devil. You see? Let me go back and Habakkuk here. Habakkuk 2. and 9, it says, woe to him that covet with an evil covetousness. So I can read it again. Woe unto him that covet an evil covetousness to his house. And that's what this devil has done. All right. Everything he's done has been through rape, robbery, and deletion, man. Everything he's done. All right. He has the world at hostage right now, man. Okay. It says that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's what he think. He think he gonna get delivered from because he got all this wealth. You know, he got his bunkers and all these things like that. He think he good. All right. While he destroying the earth. All right. While he destroying the earth, he's sitting up there in that lofty place, man. All right. Let me see if I read more of this. It says, thou hast consulted shame unto thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. And at the end of all of this, Esau is going to get destroyed, man. Babylon's going to be destroyed. Mini Babylon out there, where them small hats is occupying the Holy Land, they're going to get destroyed. All right? For all this wickedness, man. You see? So I ain't going to read no more of this, man. All right. Let me go into this here. All right. And this just came out a little while ago. It says, Israel Hezbollah, latest Israel army chief tells troops, we are striking Lebanon to prepare for a possible invasion. You see, they ain't going to stop. All right. It says Israel has hit Hezbollah targets in Lebanon for the third consecutive day, with an army chief telling troops on the border that the aim of the strikes is to prepare for a possible entry into Lebanon. It says the Iran-linked militant group has fired rockets back targeting Tel Aviv for the first time ever. Okay, and this is just gonna keep on escalating. All right, it's gonna keep on escalating until it becomes a regional war, like a bigger war, man. Okay, an all-out war in the Middle East. Okay, and America's gonna have to aid these devils, man. They're gonna have to aid them because they don't have the military, they ain't gonna have the weaponry, they ain't gonna have that. Okay, especially for these bigger nations, these way much bigger nations, man. All right, especially Turkey. You see, they're gonna need America into this war, man, and all hell's gonna break loose. All right, so let me go on to Russia here. Okay, and a lot of these things in the past weeks that the brothers have been doing lessons and videos on it. All right, while everybody's paying attention, all right, to this whole Diddy situation and all this confusion, all this distraction, these are the things that are taking place, man. All right, these are the things that are happening behind the scenes, man. Okay, let me grab the scripture real quick. This because a lot of Jake, all right, a lot of you so-called Negroes that teams Native Americans are gonna get destroyed, man. All right, you're gonna get destroyed. See? Oh, come on. Salakia. Okay? A lot of Jake gonna get destroyed, man. All right? That's why the elder I know was saying yesterday, you need to know what time you in, man. All right? And Jake has no idea what time they in. You see? You're supposed to be measuring out the time diligently in itself, man. All right? You're supposed to be filtering what you're seeing going on in the world through the scriptures to understand it, to give you a accurate point in time, man. So you know how to operate, you know how to move. Okay? Let me read this. 1 Thessalonians 5:1, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, because you're watching and paying attention. All right, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, and that day is going to catch a lot of you people, especially so-called Negroes that teams of Native Americans, going to catch you completely off guard. All right, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief, because you're watching and paying attention. Right? It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. It says, therefore, let us not sleep as do others. You see that? But let us watch and be sober. All right. And that's the point. Watching, being circumspect. All right. Paying attention to the things that's going on. All right. Following prophecy. Okay. That's that, like the elder I know was saying yesterday, that's the roadmap, man. All right. This is what allows us to understand where we are, how we must move and operate. You see? But to a lot of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, is going to catch you completely off guard, man. All right. So yeah, let me just read this article now. All right. Because Jake is finished, man. Okay. It says U.S. builds up naval troop presence near Alaska amid Russian activity. All right. Let me read a little bit here. It says the U.S. military is steadily boosting its presence near Alaska, deploying a destroyer and an army unit armed with long-range missile systems, and tensions rise due to the stepped up Russia and China military activity near the Alaskan coast. It says over the past month, the destroyer USS Stuart, it says, has been dispatched to the Alaskan coast in response to the Russian Navy ships operating in the area. It says Army troops have landed on a remote Alaskan island, and fighter squadrons and other aircraft based in Alaska have been placed on heightened alert. It says the actions follow a series of Russian air operations that skirted Alaskan airspace as Russian and Chinese warships conduct joint exercises across the Pacific near Japan. It says Moscow has taken to flexing its muscles in the Indo-Pacific and the Arctic as its relationship with China deepens thanks in part to the war in Ukraine. It says largely without allies in Europe to partner with, Russian ships and aircraft have run a series of large-scale exercises in the Pacific as Beijing and Moscow draw near. It says Moscow draw closer due to each nation's isolation from the international community. It says building on economic ties brought by international sanctions. So basically them sanctions that America done put on Russia and China done strengthen their bond together, because now they're helping each other. All right. And they have a common enemy. All right. Which is Babylon the Great America, man. All right. And this place is going to get annihilated. All right. It says Russia's foreign minister is warning that it is fully ready for conflict with NATO in the Arctic. You see this? This is what's happening, man. All right. Hold on. Let me grab this scripture. The brothers that brought it out yesterday too. Let me go over here. Isaiah 13:17 says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes." All right. These are the Russians. All right. Against them, who? The Babylonians. Which it says, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. There's no negotiations on the table, man. All right. And the brothers went into the word stir up yesterday. All right. And it means to awaken, to rouse up. All right. And that's what the Lord is doing. Okay. Because at the end of the day, all right, we know that, via prophecy that Russia, okay, is going to destroy this place. All right. As well as, these other nations, as well as some of Babylon's own allies. All right. Isaiah 13:18, it says, "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." You see, it says in Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans. You see, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, because this place is going to get hit with thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, this place is going to be completely destroyed. All right, as you keep going down in this this verse. All right, it's going to be completely destroyed. All right, it's only going to be desert creatures. All right, housing here, man. Okay, and this is where it's going. Okay, hold on. I got a video here.
Breaking news coming out that the United States is gearing up for homeland defense. Now, this is coming as Russia and Chinese warships are in the Pacific. Now, this came out yesterday. So in addition to all the stuff I've been sharing with you about the threats against Alaska, we're now hearing, in addition to that, they are moving towards Alaska by sea. So yesterday I shared with you all of the stuff that was coming by air. Take a look at the articles that we saw. Russian bomber, and they were concerned because this was a potential nuclear bomber. A Russian bomber, fighter aircrafts detected in Alaska defense zone, NORAD says. So they said that they were very upset with what was unfolding as a result of these bombers that were flying by, several jets, military jets going by. Take a look at this. Russian military planes detected off Alaskan coast after Army deploys troops to the region. Now, I know a lot of people had said, what's the big deal? Like, they run these drills all the time. Well, as you can see, Army deploys troops to the region. The United States did not take this lightly. Very concerned with this response, this reaction coming out from Russia and China, saying this was not planned. And even though the United States came out and said, this is not a threat, what we saw unfold was troops deployed. We saw them getting things ready and in place as a major concern of what was unfolding in Alaska, as we're hearing that U.S. soil here is potentially at risk. Now, we've heard these warnings coming out from Ukraine. Actually, as I speak right now, live, September 25th, 2024, right now at the UN, we're hearing that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is warning that this is just the first phase of Russia's attack on the entire world. And now we're seeing these threats coming to the U.S., to our soil, as they are saying that there are all of these threats coming to Alaska. So like I said, also, they're concerned because we saw Russian state TV discussing options for seizing Alaska, and they said, oh, these were jokes. They were saying we're going to take it back. But the United States not laughing at this, taking these threats very seriously. As I said, we had seen the United States deploy troops to the region in Alaska after we saw those planes go by. We also received word that one of those planes was an actual bomber. And so they said these are war game tests in our area off of our coast in Alaska. That was a potential nuclear bomber. It had the capabilities of doing so, that was flying by Alaska. And also coming out, as I'm sharing with you today, the news that not only by air but by sea, the U.S. is currently gearing up for homeland defense. The United States preparing to defend our soil against attacks from not only Russia, but China. We're hearing the two are working and coordinating together by air and now also by sea as the warships reach the Pacific. So I'm going to be sharing with you the latest.
All right, and just like we just read in the article, see, Russia is flexing its muscles, all right? Because you have to remember, Babylon's in the middle of a lot of things going on in the world right now, man. They're helping Ukraine. They just gave them permission, okay, to fire long-range missiles into Russia, okay, which is now basically NATO waging war on Russia. They just declared war on Russia, okay? You have them in the Middle East. You have China in the South China Sea with Taiwan and the Philippines, all right? And America's in the middle of all of those things, man, all right? Joel 3:9, it says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. You see, it says, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say that I'm strong. And this is what you're seeing, all right? You have these weaker nations that at one point would never have thought to come up against Babylon the Great America, okay? They're now boasting against them. They're now trying America now. You see, flying bombers, nuclear bombers near to America. You see, and while that was happening, everybody was focused on Diddy. Okay, like the elder brought out yesterday. All right, you still have a Russian warship off the coast of Cuba. Okay, this is what's going on, man. You would have never saw this 10 years ago. You would have never saw this 5 years ago. Okay. America still was holding weight, and they still do hold weight, okay? But what's happening is that the Lord is assembling adversary, okay? That's gonna completely wipe this place out, man. All right, they're gonna literally jump America. That's what's gonna happen. These nations are gonna just jump America. Okay, it's just like what's the movie Training Day, with Denzel Washington. Okay, in the end of the movie, where they all came up against him. America was Denzel Washington in that movie. All right, crooked and wicked. Okay, and at the end, what happened? They all came up against him. All right, and destroyed him, and that's what's gonna happen. All right. It says Joel 3:11. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about." And this is what's happening, okay? Because we know that the war of all wars, all right, World War III is going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, all right? Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh judges, man, right there in the Middle East, man. All right, this is where it's going to go down at, okay? And the Lord is culminating all these people there now. All right, because scriptures say the Lord is the one that mustered up the host of the battle, man. All right, for the controversy of Zion. These things is happening for the controversy of Zion, man. All right. So it says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai." It says, "Let the heathens be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." And this is what's going to end up happening, man. All right. All of these, escalations and, sanctions and all these things that we're seeing going on right now, these economic wars, the physical wars and all these other things we're seeing happening right now on the planet is going to all culminate and land in the Middle East. All right. This is where the boots going to hit the ground. This is where America and Russia and these, all their enemies are going to meet up. All right, this is where the bullies on the block are going to finally get to meet up and be in the same area at the same time. And it's going to go down. All right, let's play a little bit more of this.
Just on this, get you the latest information so you know exactly what is going on. And as always, these articles are cited, linked in the description. I do everything like a book report, so that way you can go ahead, click it, read it for yourself, see the latest that is going on. Now, do me a favor, if you appreciate that, please, 44 people on with me live, channel a ton, spreads this out further. Thank you. You're staying subscribed to YouTube, so make sure you stay subscribed. Barry Shreve, thank you for the $5 as well. Now, I read false. Now, Russia and China saying that they did not enter into U.S. territory, that they are in neutral waters in the Arctic. But I read some articles saying that parts of Alaska, near the coasts where these warships and planes were heading, that there were sirens actually sounding in the last 24 hours. That they were saying this is no joke. This is not a drill. This is major concern right now for what's going on. Gary, let me know in the comments if you saw any of that or you're seeing it in the news in Alaska. Let me know your thoughts. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys the latest on this. And again, do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, please take a second, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. These articles are going to be linked in the description below, so that way you can see them for yourself. And like I said, I actually shared with you, I think it was yesterday, when we had heard that bomber was coming out, and I think it was the Pentagon was saying, we don't believe this is a major threat at this time. We're not concerned. They're running drills. Yet at the same time, we're seeing them launch tons of troops in that direction, preparing, and articles coming out saying, even though they're saying that to not cause fear and panic, the U.S. is preparing for homeland defense.
Just like the elder I know was saying, that we was like in DEFCON 2, I believe, or something to that effect. But basically, he was saying, they would never tell us what's really going on, all right, to stir up panic and, things of that nature. But, at the end of the day, these devils are just wicked, all right? And they're causing all of these things to happen because they want to call off a mass portion of the earth, man. Okay? These are madmen, all right?
At this time in Alaska. So, let me go ahead and share with you guys the latest on this so you can see exactly what is going on. So let's go ahead and dive right in. and see what is unfolding here. So this article coming out from Newsweek, like I said, actually came out yesterday on this. Didn't see the warships heading in the direction, but I did see all of the air defense coming out, and Alaska was trending everywhere. Troops moving towards Alaska. U.S. gears up for homeland defense as Russia and Chinese warships reach the Pacific. And there is video footage coming out here of various ships in the Pacific from China. Now, a lot of the threats we're hearing are coming from Russia, but China is working hand in hand with Russia right now. That alliance growing stronger. A Russian-Chinese flotilla sailed toward the northern Pacific on Monday, while the United States deployed 2 warships for homeland defense operations to protect Alaska. So they have the first line right now. The United States taking this very seriously, sending over defense vessels as we are seeing this flotilla coming from Russia and China towards the United States in Alaska. According to the Japanese Defense Ministry, a total of 9 Russian and Chinese warships were transiting La Perouse Strait, a designated international waterway known as the Soyuz Strait, eastward from Sea of Japan to the Sea of Okhotsk from Sunday to Monday. So we were seeing them travel. The Russian-Chinese naval formation would reach the wider northern Pacific Ocean by sailing further to the east and passing through Russia's Kirk Islands. The warships would also arrive near the Aleutian Islands of Alaska if they were on a northeastward voyage. And
see, and this is just the Lord mustering up the host of the battle. Let me grab that. All right. Okay. Isaiah 13:4 says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Awashai of hosts, mustered the host of the battle. And this is what we're seeing there. These, the Lord is putting the spirit on these kings, the minds of these kings, all right, to get ready for war, man. Okay? He's putting that warlike spirit in them, man. Okay? And as we can see, if you're paying attention, all right, we're in the time of hate and of war, man. We're not in the time of peace and love, man. Okay? This is why we need to understand where you're at in time. All right? So you don't get caught off guard. Because a lot of our people and a lot of these Babylonians are going to get caught off guard, man. Completely off guard by whatever comes. All right? When they bring that Black Swan event in. Because we know the MOTB got to take off, okay, before World War III. So that means the MOTB, Jacob's Trouble, is right here, man. All right? It's right here, okay? So, you can watch the rest of that video, all right? Just I have a lot to cover here, all right? So let's get into this now, okay? Once again, while everybody's, all right, distracted, okay, paying attention to the Diddy situation, okay, which he is wicked as hell, but he isn't as half as bad as these elites, man. All right, as the ones that control him, all right, that he's doing the bidding for. You see? But they put Jake's face up there, you wicked niggas that join hand in hand with them. They put your face up there to be the fall guy. You see? But these are the things that are happening, all right, while people are being distracted. All right. While they have you watching these politics and, all this madness that's going on in Babylon right now, these people are through. All right. It says leaders at climate meeting. It says in New York warns of growing mistrust between nations. You see? And the UN, they had they came to New York and they had a meeting. I believe it was like a 2-day meeting or a week meeting. I believe it was like a few-day meeting, basically, to discuss the future of the planet. Okay, so it says the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, it says launched a 2-day climate-themed summit for the future. You see that? This is the secret council of the wicked, man. All right. These are the people who control everything, man. All right, they work for the elites. You see, it says on Sunday, as part of the UN General Assembly, where some leaders warned of growing mistrust between nations as you see the word fuel disasters mount. It says national leaders addressed the group after adopting a pact for the future. Okay? Hey man, these devils, man. Okay, this is what's happening. Okay, behind the scenes, this is what's going on. All right, these devils are moving. Okay, Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. All right, and these devils are moving. Okay, let me grab this. Psalm 64:2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And this is who it is, man. This is that secret counsel of the wicked. All right, they meet in secret. All right, they all these powerful people come together. Okay, and they tell it to you right in your face, man. Okay, they tell you what they're doing right before your face, but people be so busy, watching what's going on in the world, paying attention to whatever they paying attention to in life, and they purposely make these things boring. They purposely make things like this boring, but this is where you need to watch, because this is where the agenda is, man. This is where it's gonna trickle down to your life at the end of the day. Okay, you see. Next verse, Psalm 64, I'm going to go to 5. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and this is a wicked matter, man. All right? Who elected these people? I mean, we know it's Yahweh Shem El Shai. He set up the wicked. All right? But who elected these people, man? Okay? Who elected them? Okay? To tell you what to do. They're telling you we all going to go this way. All right? And we know this devil's wicked. See? That's how you know they're up to no good. It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And this is the mindset of Esau Edom. This is the mindset of the elites. All right? And they're always laying snares, man. This is a snare. All these things are a snare. They make it sound good. Hold on. Let me grab the scripture. All right? Let me get that Psalms real quick. Okay? They make it sound good, but it's really to destroy you, man. Okay? All right, Psalm 55:21, it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You see? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? This man will tell you peace and safety, but it's really to destroy you, man. All right? It's really to destroy you. By peace, he's going to destroy many. Okay? With his unrighteous decrees, man. All right? His wicked laws that he's put in place, man. All right? And the average Babylonian has no idea. The average so-called Negro, Latino, Native American have no idea. Okay? It says national leaders addressed the group after adopting a pact for the future aimed at ensuring an increasing cooperation between nations. It says, with many calling for urgent access to more, you see the word finances. It says international challenges are moving faster than our ability to solve them. It says Guterres told leaders at the summit, it says crises are interacting and feeding off each other. For example, as digital technology spread, you see the word disinformation. It says that deepens distrust and fuels polarization, because the people are finding out that y'all are liars and that y'all are wicked. That's all it is. All right. And they're trying to silence the people. That's all these things are. All right. They're just draconian measures, man. Okay. They don't want people to have their own thought. They want to clamp down on all truth. All right. Alternative media, especially. Okay. They want you to believe their sorcery and their witchcraft, what they tell you to believe, what they tell you the truth is. All right. And this devil is wicked. Okay. It is complete wickedness. You see? Psalm 64:6, it says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. This man's mind is deep in doing wickedness, man. That's all he knows how to do. He cannot do righteousness. All right. This man isn't a good leader. Okay, like the scriptures say. All right, he isn't a righteous leader. He destroys his people, man. Okay? So let's get out of this. Let me just play this video here real quick. I ain't gonna play all of it. It's kind of long. It's here on TikTok. But just listen up real quick.
Being here today for our press conference on
look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Most important
look at this.
That's
somebody come and look at this.
Attention relative to its importance in our country. And like many other issues, we're going to be deciding on November 5 what kind of a country we're going to be, and it applies to this issue as well. President Trump had withdrawn the U.S. from the WHO, and of course the Biden administration, like every other disastrous decision they made, reversed those policies when the Biden-Harris administration got in charge. Well, later this week, the UN is going to hold a, quote, summit for the future, and they're going to produce, this is right from their website, an intergovernmentally negotiated, action-oriented pact for the future with a chapter on transforming global governance. Ascending beyond the powers being sought by its subordinate agency, the WHO, the UN is seeking even broader and more powerful authority, as you will hear a lot about today. The Biden-Harris administration apparently intends to fully support the surrender and compliance of the U.S. to the UN in these endeavors.
See that? NWO. All right? You will no longer have any quote-unquote sovereignty. All right? The Constitution is no longer, your Bill of Rights is no longer, something to look to. All right? You through. You have to go by their laws and their legislations now. All right? The world government. All right? You what was it called? A world citizen? Okay? That's what they trying to do. Okay? They're trying to centralize power. Okay? To the top, to the elites. Okay? Because the UN, the WHO, and all these other international conglomerate, all right, companies or assemblies or alliances, all right, they all work for the elites, man, to bring forth the same agenda, all right, to centralize power into the hands of a few, which are the Edomites, okay? So he can have godlike power on the earth and rule over the people in wrath, man, all right? And we know how that's going to come via that MOTB, all right, where he'll be able to track, trace everything you do, know where you go, all right, know everything, okay? You're going to have a UBI, okay? You ain't going to be able to eat steak every day, all right? If you fart too much, you're going to get taxed, all right? You're going to live in a nice 15-minute city, all right, in a jail cell style apartment, all right, where everything is only a few minutes away from you. This is what they want. This is the future that they want for you, all right? This is what's going on. While y'all watching Diddy and paying attention to all this folly, all right, this is what's going on. A prison is being built around you. Okay? By the time y'all wake up and smell the coffee, you're going to be through. All right? So we're going to play a little bit more.
They are aligned with the international globalists that hate America, that hate the Constitution, that hate our founders, that hate our founding Judeo-Christian principles, and they want America to become like the rest of the world. They don't want us to be subordinate to or governed by our Constitution. No, they want America to be subordinate to and governed by the UN, the World Health Assembly, and the WHO. And in fact, they intend to join with others at the UN summit this week to vote to award additional powers to the UN Secretary General. They seek to facilitate the evolution of the UN from an international cooperative body to an international governing body. These powers would be triggered by any one of a number of so-called global emergencies, whether it was a so-called climate emergency, a health emergency, a cyber emergency, or a gun violence.
And what did we just read in the article? All right, they're stressing the mistrust amongst the people. They're stressing this climate situation. All right. This is where it's going. Okay? You heard what he said? Basically, any calamity that happens, what did we get warned in the beginning of this year with? A black swan event. All right? Massive black swan events. Okay? What we just had, what, a month or two ago, all the power went out. All right? These things are being tested. All right? They're about to pull the plug. Let me grab the scripture again, man. They're about to pull the plug. All right? This is why all of these things are happening. This is why all these meetings and, these secret meetings, and this is why all those unrighteous decrees and things of that nature is being passed. This is why there's no coincidence. All of these things are happening simultaneously. All right? Revelations 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. This devil's about to come down on everybody. All right? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. All right? This devil, he ain't playing no more, man. All right? And eventually the Lord is going to give him the green light. All right?
Emergency, whatever that's supposed to be, a financial emergency or whatever they deem appropriate. And the Biden-Harris administration is in full agreement with the UN and the WHO on efforts to place us under their authority and to require such things as their international health regulations, including the surveillance of U.S. citizens, the censoring of dissenting views, and much more. The American people didn't vote for this.
And how you think they gonna do the surveillance part? How you think they gonna do that? All right? Y'all already know. You see? This is where it's going. Complete a totalitarian dictatorship, man. Where this devil is going to be ruling over you, all right, in complete wickedness, man. Being able to track, trace you, all right, control your money, control how you eat, what you eat, where you go, all right. This is the world this devil wants. Okay, we're gonna need the Yahweh Shema Shai, man. We're gonna need the Lord, man. All right.
And they don't support this. And it's up to the people's representatives, that's us gathered here today, to have a responsibility to expose this and to reject this. The U.S. should defund the WHO again. We should withdraw from the WHO. Any agreements with the WHO or the UN should require Senate approval or disapproval. And a bipartisan House majority voted to require Senate approval just last week with Tom Tiffany's bill on the House floor. So I'm proud to be joined here by my House colleagues and others who are appropriately concerned and educated, informed, and leading on this issue. Again, this is the most important issue that's getting the least amount of attention relative to its importance and its impact on our country and on the American people. And with that, I yield to the gentleman from South Carolina, Ralph Norman.
All right, we could just stop right there. This is on TikTok. Okay, you could just take a picture of that or whatever and just type it in. All right, but this is what's going down. All right, Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, and all these laws and legislations, they're already in play, man. Okay, they're already in play. Okay, they just need the right crisis, the right situation to bring these things forth. All right, none of this is coincidence. Okay, so let's change gears here. Lord willing, this is edifying. I know it's a lot of information. It's a lot of, it's a lot going on. All right, but we almost there. So let me play this.
It's not a possible strike. It's a strike. October the 1st, 45,000 ILA workers, which pretty much means the majority of the ports in our country, were shut down. Major ports. And as she said, which is the truth, the ports that shut down, that will shut down October the 1st, they bring in over half of our goods. Half of the stuff we use, buy, depend on, come through these people. I told y'all I'm an indicator of how the economy is doing because we handle the majority, half of the nation. Not Mobile, not Texas, half of the nation's goods. You think the economy is in a tank now? They say one day of a strike, of these people striking, just one day, will back us up 7 days for each one day. A month, devastating. And this is looking over a month. Because the things that they are stuck on, automation, the port trying to get rid of manual labor, so they don't have to pay the workers. The union is fighting to keep the workers, right? See, the union and the port are not, they're two separate entities. The port is the business. They don't have their own employees. Their employees are union workers that are contracted in to work the ships. The people that own the port don't have workers. Everybody that works in the port are union, except for us, the drivers. All right. So the union and the port are not friends. They're not together. They're two different businesses on the same land. One needs the other. They need each other. So what the port is trying to do is get to a point where they don't need the union, right, to save money. The union costing them money. Like now they want a 77% raise. They're not gonna get that. You want almost 100% raise. So let's just put that in perspective. Say they already making like $40 an hour. They want to make $80 an hour. And us as the drivers, I'm gonna be honest with you, we ain't down with them, the union, because they treat us like shit. So we don't give a damn. They don't get it, because they cost us money. How they being? I told y'all how they the sorriest work. I ain't getting into their business. That's their business. But if it comes down to talking about the truck drivers, us siding with the union, no, we siding with the port, because the port trying to make it better for us when we can get in and out of there. See, the union workers are hurting our pay. They're concerned about their pay. And now they trying to get us to join in with them, because we workers too. But now y'all ain't been down with us. Y'all been killing us, the trucker. We sitting there for hours. That's what the problem is about. That's why the port is trying to upgrade to automation, because the manpower, it keeps them backed up. They can't flow. We have lines backed up across the bridge trying to get in the port, because the union is there on their phone. I'm sitting there looking at them waiting to get loaded. They on their phone and shit. But they want a 77% raise. The port say no. Y'all ain't worth it. And I agree with the port.
What happens if our seaports go on strike? The strike is set for October 1st, so you better share this with everyone. Because if our ports close, everything we depend on closes with it. Let's talk about what would happen within the month of October. On day one, international fuel shipments are the first to feel the impact. Crude oil tankers stuck offshore means no new fuel entering refineries. By the end of the day, concerns spread across industries as gas stations, trucking companies, and airlines brace for immediate shortages. Everything from fuel to imported goods is at risk, but fuel becomes the most critical loss. By day 3, gas stations are starting to run dry and rationing begins. Prices surge as demand skyrockets. Without fuel, trucks can't deliver goods, and the first shortages show up in grocery stores. Businesses relying on imported oil, like refineries, scramble to maintain operations with whatever reserves they have left. The ripple effect starts to hit home. No fuel means no transportation, and without transportation, the flow of goods stops. Day 7, the energy crisis takes hold. Within the first week, the impact of fuel shortage deepens. Trucks, trains, and ships that move essential supplies across the country slow to a halt. Agriculture and manufacturing are crippled, unable to operate without fuel for machinery and transportation. Airlines begin canceling flights, and public transportation services are cut. Gas prices hit all-time highs as panic buying intensifies. By week 2, the power grid struggles and collapse looms. Power plants that rely on imported fuel start to struggle, and blackouts spread as they ration what's left. People begin hoarding fuel, and chaos erupts at the pumps. The stock market plummets as industries reliant on global supply chains begin to crumble. The economy falters, and unemployment skyrockets as factories close and businesses shutter. By week 4, total breakdown of society. By the end of the month, the energy crisis and fuel shortages bring society to its knees. Cities erupt into fuel riots, and law enforcement is overwhelmed. With no fuel, food distribution collapses, and starvation becomes a real threat. Communities are left to fend for themselves as fuel reserves dry up completely, leaving transportation, emergency services, and the economy in ruins. Without ports, crude oil can't get in. Without crude oil, fuel can't be made. Without fuel, everything grinds to a halt. When the fuel stops, America stops. And just so we're clear, this could all happen within the month of October. AP out.
All right. All of that could happen just for them going on strike. All right. This is the times that we're living in, man. All right. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine. Okay, because that's what's going to end up happening, just like he said. All right, if they do this strike, which is looking like they will. Okay. And depending on how long it's going to be, because that's a lot of merchandise coming in, man. A lot of supplies, food, oil, all those things that the country needs to, to be stabilized. Okay. It's coming in through those ports, man. Okay. And you Babylonians, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all just living life, man. As long as you could run the money up your hand, go to a club, celebrate your birthday, go on vacation, all right? Fill your stomach. You don't give a crap about nothing that's going on, man. But the Lord's about to bring all that to a halt, man. All right? And y'all stomach gonna start touching that back, okay? Because y'all ain't repent. Y'all ain't hear the voice of the prophets, man. Y'all ain't hearken unto the voice of the prophets, man. All right? You want to do your own thing, all right? You ain't take the men of the Lord for nothing, man. You see? It says 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All these things are judgments of Yahweh Hashem Awashai, man. All right? The Lord is using the left hand, all right, via Esau, Edom. Okay? He's using these devils, all right, to bring forth these things upon the people. Okay? Next verse, it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. All this is happening, and Jake is still wicked. Still ain't getting it. All right? Still ain't understanding, even though you got the men on the highways and hedges, even though you got these lessons and videos going out. Still ain't getting it. Jake's still living life. All right? But y'all gonna learn. Like my father used to always say, who don't hear will feel. Okay? And a lot of you Jakes are about to feel in the worst way possible. Next verse, it says, behold, victuals, food shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that's what's happening now. All right. Everything is still up. You can still go to Burger King and, get pizza. You could still, do your hookah, go to the bar. You can still chill. Everything is still running. All right. So Jake think they good. They ain't got nothing to worry about. Okay. Jake thinking about what they going to do tomorrow. What club they about to go to tonight. What outfit they need to put on. Okay. They're not paying attention to all these evils that are going on throughout the planet. All right. And that's happening right here in Babylon, the Great America. They're not thinking about none of that, man. Everything's all peachy keen until it's not. Okay. 2nd Ezra 16 and 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. This is what we're seeing. Evils is still growing on the earth. All right. While everything is still running, everything is still good, evils is growing. Wickedness all over, war, famine. All right. Great confusion. Okay. And Jake is going to be the most confused when all hell break loose. When they can't get their food. When a nigga can't go get a slice of pizza and go do hookah. A nigga gonna be confused as hell. All right, when that stomach start touching that back, when you can't feed them children, man. You see? Let me grab this scripture, man, because Jake is finished. Luke 6:25, Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, it says, woe unto you that are full, you see, you good, right? For ye shall hunger, see? Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. And that's what's going to come upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all think y'all good now because y'all got everything. Everything is still lit. You got your job, your Benz, the money looking good, the bank account looking good, the clothes, the car, the house, all that looking good. You living your best life. When the Lord pulled the plug on this place, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be all types of destroyed and finished out here, man. All right? And you're going to bow that knee, all right, to get a piece of what you used to have, all right? To be able to fill your stomach because you lack faith and understanding, man, all right? And wisdom, and you done, all right? You're completely finished, you see? Just like the dude was saying, see? All hell gonna break loose, all right? This is 2nd Ezra 15, I'm just get to the point. And 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right? When you can't feed your children, when you can't get gas, like he was saying, all hell these people gonna lose their minds. Because you have to remember, you Babylonians, y'all been pampered all your lives, man. You get anything you want when you want it. You know, you never have to worry. All right? You never, have to struggle for the most part. Because everything is given to you. This devil has basically pampered y'all, man, which has given y'all a sense of entitlement, Salakia. All right, it has given y'all a sense of entitlement, all right, and pride. Okay, like the brother was getting into yesterday. Like you look at these Babylonians, they all prideful, man, and entitled. They think they good. They think because this is Babylon the Great, nothing can happen to this place, man. All right, but they're sadly mistaken. All right, the Lord's about to get busy on this place, man. Like Elder Amon Gabar said, the Lord is saving the best for last, man. All right, and America is that best, man. All right, because Babylon is that place. America, Babylon the Great is that place. All right, and you Babylonians about to suffer, man. Next verse, the point, 2nd Ezra 15:19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. You see that? And spoil their goods, rob them. Because of what? The lack of bread, all right? The lack of food. This is why it's going to be happening. And for great tribulation, and on top of that, you got all these migrants over here, man, that they promised this life to, that came over here for this American dream, that comes from these third world countries that, they eating dirt cookies and stuff and mosquito cookies and all that type of stuff, man. All right? What do you think gonna happen when all hell break loose here, man? What do you think gonna happen when ain't no food here, man? It's only be a matter of time before, them stores, them grocery stores get ran on. What do you think gonna happen? People gonna start turning on each other, okay? Breaking into people's homes with weapons, holding kids hostage, women hostage, all right? Just to get a can of corn, man. Just to get some water. Just to get some gas to run their generator. It's going to go up here, man. Okay? And these things are not happening by coincidence in the midst of a election. All right? These things are not happening by coincidence, man. This is all being done by design, but it's orchestrated by Yahweh Shema Shai, man. The Lord is taking this place out from the inside out. All right? Let me see if I had another scripture. You see? But while, let me grab this first. Luke 6:25 says, woe unto you that are full, ye shall hunger. And while, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and just in general, you Babylonians, while y'all living life, and you ain't seeking the Lord, you got the elect that's seeking the Lord. Even though we got it, even though, we got food and this and this and this, we're seeking the Lord for the evil day, man. Okay? We're seeking Yahweh Shema Shai for when the evil day come that we see fastly approaching. Okay? Y'all not storing up y'all treasures in heaven, man. Y'all storing it up here. And that's going to be a snare unto you, because you're going to have to bow that knee to receive the things of this world, man. All right? We're going to have to trust in our power to receive what we need in that time, man. All right? And to stay faithful unto our power, man. You see? It says, woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall weep and mourn. Mourn and weep. Okay? And that's going to be the majority of you so-called, you 2/3, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Y'all are going to mourn and weep, man. All right? All these warnings going out that y'all didn't take heed to, that's going to be to your own demise. But this is what the Lord said for his men. All right? For the elect. You see? It says, Isaiah 65:13, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai power, behold, my servants shall eat. You see? But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And that's what's going to eventually come down upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, that didn't take heed unto the prophets, man, that didn't repent, all right, that trusted in the shadow of Egypt, man. It's going to lead to your shame and your confusion, man. But it says that the men of the Lord, his servants, they going to eat and drink. The Lord's going to make, the Lord, like Elder Yashawamba always says, the Lord already has provision for his elect in these times that's going to come. Just like you see in the movie Leave the World Behind, when the little girl, she ended up finding a house that had all the provisions in there, all right, while everybody else was, catching hell. She was down there eating to her heart's content. You see? Next verse, it says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation. Because y'all ain't taking heed to the prophets, man. Y'all not taking heed to this word. Y'all not taking heed to Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right? While these evils and the sword and the famines, all this destruction and chaos is multiplying, y'all BSing, man. All right? And y'all gonna wait until it's too late to try to seek the Lord, man. Okay? Let me grab this scripture. Ecclesiastes 12:1, it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You're supposed to be seeking the Lord now. All right? That's what we're supposed to be doing, seeking the Lord now with all your mind and your heart. All right? With everything, with your soul, speaking first and foremost for myself, you're supposed to be seeking the Lord, man. Okay? Before the evil day. Don't try to seek the Lord when you're in the evil, because the Lord told you he's going to mock when your fear come, man. All right? Because you didn't want to hearken unto the voice of the prophets. You didn't want to take heed. All right? So let me just read this quick article here. Slocky, I know it's kind of long here, but it says shippers scramble for workarounds ahead of looming U.S. East Coast port strike. All right. And we ain't got to read it. The guy said most of it. All right. I'm going to read this part right here. It says, U.S. companies that rely on East and Gulf Coast seaports have been important early, shifting goods to the West Coast and even putting cargo on pricey flights to hedge against the threat of October 1st strike that could jam supply chains and reignite inflation ahead of the U.S. presidential election. Exactly. And if they do that, things are going to cost more. All right. The price on goods and things of that nature is going to cost more because they're going to have to use these other routes to get the food into the country. You see, just like they said here, the pricey flights, they probably got to, other cargo ships got to go other places. So they got to use more oil and more, resources to get these, products to the people. You see? So this is it's going to raise the price on a lot of food and things of that nature. All right. But y'all get the point. You see? So let me see. Let me just get these articles out the way. All right. So this was just a little while ago. Okay. It says Trump warned by U.S. intelligence of Iran assassination threats. You see? Because at the end of the day, they want Iran. All right. This is where they want to go. They want to go to Iran. See? And this is what's going to cause all hell to break loose, man. All right. So it says Trump has been briefed by U.S. intelligence on threat from Iran to assassinate him, his campaign said. And if they do this, all right, they'll have a reason to go after Iran. Okay? This is what we're in the midst of, man. Okay? This is what we're in the midst of. Okay? It says the Republican presidential candidate was briefed regarding real and specific threats from Iran to assassinate him in an effort to destabilize and sow chaos in the United States. This is the campaign said in a statement. And hey, we're in those times, man. Just like Elder Pastor Tahar coined this year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. It has not disappointed yet. All right. And it's going to be a crazy year. We still got some time left in this year, but 2025 is going to be a crazy year. All right. So, you could look up this article. Okay. But they're trying, you see where they're going with this, man. All right. They're putting a narrative out there. You see? Let's hit this real quick. It says warning of gang warfare between U.S.-based gangs and Venezuelan Trinidad. You see, they're trying to set up the race wars between the Southern and Northern Kingdom. All right? They're going to turn it on us. You see? They know what they're doing. All right? These devils know what they're doing. This is not coincidence that all these things are happening. All right, let me grab the scripture. Okay? It's not a coincidence. Okay? You bring violent criminals and put them in violent areas. That makes sense to you? You're going to bring violent criminals and put them in violent areas with other gangs. Come on, man. And this devil's at work. 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. And this is just a part of Esau's device. All right. They're trying to crumble the country from the inside out. They're trying to sow as much chaos, division, and just evil and wickedness and division in the people. All right. That these devils can just get away with anything that they're doing. All right. While the people focused over here, they could be over there. All right. Bringing all types of wickedness and evils and passing laws. All right. Starting up wars, doing all types of evils, man. All right. So you got to keep your eye on this devil. All right. He's very cunning and very slick. OK. And there's been a lot of distractions going on, man. And this is a part of his sword. All right. His media. OK. That sorcery and that witchcraft, man. He's very heavy on that. All right. So you got to be circumspect. Speaking first and foremost for myself, man. All right. So we're going to get out of this. I'm just going to play this last video. Then I'm going to grab 2 more scriptures. And I'm going to wrap it up. All right. Because these devils are coming. All right. And the famine of the word is at the door. All of these things are at the door. We know we're at the end, man. All right. All of these things are at the door.
Platforms are being misused to subvert science and spread disinformation and hate to billions of people. This clear and present global threat demands clear and coordinated global action. Our policy brief on information integrity on digital platforms puts forward a framework for a concerned international response.
Okay? And these devils are at work. See? Isaiah 29:20 says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. It says, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate the prophets. Okay? And he's going to make this word, all right, this truth, okay? He's going to make it hate speech, all right? He's going to deem it terroristic, you see, inciting violence, okay? He's going to deem it in a way where they're going to be able to come for us, all right? Through whatever, situation, whatever black swan event they're going to bring forth, all right? It says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And it says, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay, because they want to come down for this word. Okay, they want to come down on truth, period. But they really want to come for this word, man. All right, to take it off of the highways and hedges, man. All right, that's how we know time is short. All right, so get it while it's hot. All right, as the elders and the apostles will say. All right, get it while it's hot. Get it while it's still here. Okay, get the understanding now. Okay, we're in the midst of great judgment and great salvation. All right, but before that salvation, it's going to be great judgment. Amos 8:11 says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, even though that's coming, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai." Just like the brother said yesterday after camp, we ain't gonna be here always. You know, we ain't gonna be there. We ain't gonna see brothers on the highways and hedges, you know, soon. You know. So it's like, get the word now while you still can. Amos 8:11, it says, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and shall not find it." All right, because once the Lord takes his men off of the highways and hedges, once these lessons stop going out, all right, it's going to be nothing but judgment, man. All right. So you must repent, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Turn back onto your power, Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, before it's too late. Okay, judgment is at the door. Jacob's trouble is at the door. The MOTB is at the door. And complete thermonuclear destruction is at the door. All right? Ecclesiasticus 5:7. "Meek no tarrying and turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance." And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Akakwadash. Double honors to your elders and your apostles, a great millstone. Peace and sincerity unto the elect. Shalom.